What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Sid B. I am here as promised to show some love to someone who has been a tad bit neglected on this channel. I think it's fair to say that. Now, it wasn't something that was done maliciously or even consciously for that matter, but we are excited today to kind of dive into this video because it's going to be painting this picture in a light that is very favorable to them. And this is going to be a kind of a series on the channel. It's going to be a 3-part series. We're doing this artist first because he was neglected the most, and that is Drizzy Drake, or Champagne Papi, if you will. He goes by many names, but Drake, man, we're doing a video on Drake. We're going to be breaking down his top 5 verses ever. Now, we're going to throw in some honorable mentions in there only because it's tough to break it down, especially when you're doing verses and not even songs, just a verse. It's real tough to break it down to kind of 5 verses. So I want to throw some honorable mentions in there. But yeah, man, like I said, this is going to be a fun video for me to get into because I understand that I haven't did a lot of Drake, and I like Drake. I really do as an artist. It's just, like I said, it wasn't something that was consciously done. It was just something that's been happening. Like Kendrick drop, Cole drop. That was the first thing that popped in my mind. And when Drake dropped his last album, which I still haven't listened to yet, only because it's I didn't want to go into this video thinking about that album because I know from what I've heard, it's not something that I'm interested in. I'm interested in more lyrics, more bars, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So I don't want to have that thought in my mind. So yeah, man, we're going to jump straight into this video. We're going to be doing the honorable mentions first. And the first honorable mention is Successful from Trey Songz featuring Drizzy Drake. Man, this is one of my favorite verses from Drake all time. 100%. This is when he first jumped on the scene and was that protege from Wayne. So we're gonna jump into it a little bit. You know, I'm just gonna sprinkle in some bars here and there on the honorable mentions, and on the songs I'm gonna break down the songs more in detail. But for the honorable mentions, we just gonna touch on them just a tad bit. Oh yeah, Trey, I fucking feel you. They be staring at the money like it's unfamiliar. I get it, I live it to me. There's nothing realer. Just enough to solve your problems, too much to kill you. The young spitter that everybody in rap fear. A lot of y'all still signing like last year. The game need changing. I'm the motherfucking cashier. Nickels for my thoughts, dimes in my bed, quarters of the kush, shake the lines in my head. Take my verses too serious, you hate me. I want it all, that's why I strive for it. Diss me, you'll never hear a reply for it. Any award show or party, I get fly for it. I know that it's coming, I just hope that I'm alive for it. Woo! Come on, man. Hey, man, y'all gonna put respect on that boy Drake name, dog. That is one of my favorite verses of all time from that boy. He was straight spitting. Like, he was showing that this is why Wayne signed me, homie, because that I love that entire verse. But like I said, we're just gonna touch on the honorable mention, just a couple bars in there just to kind of show why I like him so much. So the next honorable mention is going to be yeah, that's right, Aston Martin. This shit smooth, too slick talk. I talk slicker than a pimp from Augusta. I hate calling women bitches, but the bitches love it. Fuck is up. 23 and going through a midlife crisis, but trust me, I still deliver like a midwife. But I just live life like it. It take a certain type of man to teach, to be far from the hood but understand the streets. Come on, man. I'll never forget none of that. I was coming back. Man, that I love that verse, dog. That verse is iconic in my personal opinion, but unfortunately it does not make the top 5. So yeah, we just gonna move on because I can talk about that verse a lot. I don't know which parts I'm gonna be putting in, but yeah. Drake is nice, bro. Drake is nice. People forget about that, but man, Drake got bars. Like, he'll bar you up quick. We're gonna keep it going though. All right, now this third honorable mention is gonna be a little controversial. I understand that. Cool. But you need to understand that I'm trying to paint Drake in the best picture possible in this video. And if I were to have this verse in my top 5, I don't think I would be doing my job, because I do think this is probably top 3 of my favorite verses from Drake all time. But like I said, I'm trying to paint Drake in a favorable light. So I'm just gonna let it play, and y'all will see why. And man, I mean nothing for y'all, but understand nothing was done for me. I don't plan on stopping it all. I want this shit forever, mine, never mind. Hey man, come on. Last name ever, first name greatest. Like a sprained ankle, boy, ain't nothing to play with. We know, swimming in the money, come and find me. Nemo, if I was at the club, you know I ball. Chemo, drop the mixtape, the shit sounded like an album. Labels want my name beside an X like Malcolm. Everybody got a deal, I did it without one. Yeah, nigga, I'm about my business. Killing all these rappers, you would swear I had a hit list. Everyone who doubted me is asking for forgiveness. If you ain't been a part of it, at least you got the witness. Bitches. That boy was spitting on that joint, dog. That boy was spitting on that thing, dog. That is my top. This is in my top 3 favorite verses from Drake. That verse is iconic. So many great lines in there. Yeah, Drake killed that verse. But that is it for the honorable mentions, and we're gonna move straight into the top 5. All right, so I realized I was recording the intro and my honorable mentions in one of my older scenes that's in OBS. So I went ahead and changed that, so you should be hearing a tad bit different audio. It should be coming in clearer now. So I wanted to do that before I got into my top 5. So we're just about to jump straight into it. So like I said before, we're doing the top 5 differently than we were doing the honorable mentions, because in the honorable mentions, I just touched on a couple of different verses. I didn't break down the whole verse. In the top 5, I'm going to be breaking down the entire verse and kind of showing you why I think it is worthy of top 5 verses from Drake all time. So we're about to get straight into it, man. I'm excited. I'm excited, and this is a legendary song, like track in its entirety. But once again, we're just gonna be breaking down the verse. So coming in at number 5 is straight fire, and that is
Good God Almighty.
Good God Almighty.
Years ago, I'm ready to tell you what to play.
Pound Cake is one of the best beats, has one of the greatest samples of all time in my personal opinion, but we're gonna let it rock. Let's get it. Only real music gonna last. All the other bullshit is here today and gone tomorrow. Woo! Fire! Fire! Cash rules everything around me. Cream. Talk to him, Drake. Talk to him, Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After hours at El Molino.
Osoto Soto just talking women and vino. The contract like 91 Dan Marino.
I swear this guy Michael Rapino's
Boosting my ego.
overly focused is far from the
Time to rest now.
debate strong about who they think is
The best now.
took a while, got the jokers
Out of the deck now. I'm holding all the cards and niggas want to play chess now. Stop. Oh my goodness. Bro, that's one of the illest lines I've heard from Drake of all time. I love that line. Bro, that's a bar for your ass. Oh my goodness. Just how he set that up. We about to kind of go back to the top and break down what he said so far. So I got the lyrics pulled up over here. He says, after hours of Il Molino or Soto Soto just talking women and vino, the contract like 91 Dan Marino. So to start off, Soto Soto's a restaurant. He's saying pretty much he's in the back of a restaurant just chopping it up, talking women and vino. The contract like 91 Dan Marino. So for the people who don't know who Dan Marino is, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. And in 1991, he signed a contract which made him the highest paid player of all time based on the performance that he had from the previous year. So Drake saying, based on his performance in the previous year, hey, that's how he feeling his contract is right now. So I love that, which is why he says, I swear this got Michael Rapino's boosting my ego. And then he follows, oh my gosh, he follows it up by saying, overly focused is far from the time to rest now. Debates growing about who they think is the best now. Took a while, got the jokers out of the deck. Now I'm holding all the cards and niggas want to play chess now. Bro, that setup is clean. Oh my goodness. So overly focused, he's saying it's not time to take the foot off the brake. We can't rest right now. Debates growing about who they think is the best now. When he says he took the jokers out of the deck, he's saying he got the best rappers out of the game. Like Jay-Z wasn't popping at the time. They kind of was already past their prime. Same with Wayne, same with M, same with Ye. Because I think Ye, in this same year he dropped this album, Yeezus had came out. And I think Hove had just dropped, is it Holy Grail or Magna Carta, I think is what it's called. But basically all of the top dogs are past their prime. M already past his prime. I think, I don't know the last album that he had dropped at that time, but basically he's saying all the top dogs are gone. And now niggas want to play chess now, and they want to switch the game up on now that he's holding all the cards. Bro, that shit is fire. That is straight fire, bruh. We're gonna let it play, but I want to just go back to that line one more time. Think it's the best now. Took a while, got the jokers out of the deck. Now I'm holding all the cards and niggas want to play chess now. I hear you talking, say it twice, so I know you meant it. They should know who's in it. I'm authentic, real name, no gimmicks, no game, no scrimmage. I ain't playing with you niggas at all. Hey man, hey man, y'all about to start putting respect on this boy name. This is Drake in his prime. Like, this is prime Drake right here. He say, I hear you talking, say it twice so I know you meant it. Fuck it, I don't even intend it. They should know who's in it. So he's basically saying, say it with your chest so that he knows where you stands with him, so that he know where you stand with him. So he say, fuck it, I don't even tint it. He don't tint the windows. That's why I say you should know who's in it so you can see through the windows, but fire. Then he goes on to say, I'm authentic, real name, no gimmicks, no game, no scrimmage. I ain't playing with you niggas at all. Bro, hey man, once again, this is just Drake at his prime. I don't know how else to explain it. That is a fire line. Boy, so I ain't playing with y'all boys. No game, no scrimmage, no gimmicks. That shit's fire. Run it back and let it play.
Fuck it, I don't even tend
They should know who's in it. I'm authentic, real name, no gimmicks, no game, no scrimmage. I ain't playing with you niggas at all.
My classmates, they went on to be chartered accountants or work with their parents. But thinking back on how they treated me, my high school reunion might be worth it.
Appearance.
Make everybody
Have to go through security clearance. Tables turn, bridges burn, you live and learn.
with the ink, I can murder.
Word to my nigga Herb.
Yeah, I swear shit just started clicking, dog. You know it's real.
When you are who you think you are. Cream. Yeah, man, this is just a fire verse. The entire thing, man. We're gonna go back to when he starts talking about his classmates, kind of how he felt like they was doing him wrong. So he says, my classmates, they went on to chartered accounts or work with their parents. But thinking back on how they treated me, my high school reunion might be worth an appearance. So he kind of saying he want to get back at him a little bit because, you know, the kids in his school was pretty much pampered, if you will, and they already had a path laid out for him, and he had to work for his stuff. So I love that line. And once again, he's kind of saying how he want to get back at him. That's why he says, my high school reunion might be worth an appearance. Make everybody have to go through security clearance. The tables turn, bridges burn. You live and learn. Oh my gosh. Come on, man. He's burning all the bridges with his past. The tables turn, not because in high school, the things were in their favor, but now the tables turn. So now he burning the bridges. Like, bro, this is Drake in his prime. I'm telling you, dog. Drake got bars. That's why Forever didn't make the list, only because, bro, Drake didn't have the best verse on that song. And I feel like there are other verses that are in his catalog that are just as fire as that verse, and he's not gonna be getting overshined. Even though Jay comes in and kind of, hey, that nigga got a verse too, but it's not too crazy where it overshines this verse from Drake. So fire verse, man. I just love this entire piece of art, nigga. Oh my goodness. We're gonna run it back just a tad bit and let it rock.
Everybody have to go through security clearance.
Tables turn, bridges burn, you live and learn. With the ink I can murder, word of my nigga Herb. Yeah, shit started clicking, dog.
You know it's real
When you are who you think you are. And once again, this is one of the greatest samples of all time, man. This beat is fire. It just goes so perfectly with this entire verse from Drake. So kudos to Drake, man. That's coming in at number 5. That is a strong number 5 candidate. So we're just gonna leave it there and get to number 4.